Southampton sit just above the drop zone, and with historic losses to the likes of Man United and Leicester City during Hasenhuttl's tenure, is it time for the Saints to take a fresh approach? The Saints are crying out for a rebuild, and for me, Matthias Jaissle is a perfect man for the job. He's another graduate of the German school of gegenpressing, a la Rangnick, Tuchel, Hasenhuttl and Klopp. He'll be hoping to replicate some of Jurgen's success at St Mary's. This is what he's working with. Southampton spent the summer raiding Man City's youth academy, with Hasenhuttl, Edozie and Lavia all arriving. We're lined up in a 4-4-2 diamond formation, which Jaissle has used at Salzburg. With James Ward-Prowse leading the team, a mid-table finish should be achievable. There's plenty of potential in this squad, and we'll be focusing on the youth players, which means a fair amount of deadwood that we'll be looking to move on. The board still want 3 high potential youth signings, and with little quality in the academy currently, we've hired a new scout to help out. The main focus, however, will be a top half finish. With 29 million left to spend, we have allowed ourselves one additional signing, with Ritsu Doan joining from PSV Eindhoven, and he'll start for us in the first game of the season on the right of midfield, with Ward-Prowse starting in a more advanced role, with Armstrong and Adams up front offering plenty of pace. Lavry and Hasenhuttl both get starts, with Edozie on the bench. So the Matthias Jaissle era begins. We start with an away trip to face Everton, and we had to wait a while for the first goal. Just before half-time, we build out from the back. Jaissle feeds James Ward-Prowse, who plays it across the halfway line up to Perraud. He plays it inside to Che Adams, and James Ward-Prowse does his best Frank Lampard impression, darting into the box to smash home. It had to be him, Prowse leading by example, and we nearly hung on as well. Jaissle missing his interception, allowing Idrissa Gueye to pick up the ball off of Calvert-Lewin and put it past Hasenhuttl for a late equaliser. No long wait for the first goal in our next game though, at home to Man United. Lavia's drive from outside the area was parried by David De Gea into the path of Gineppo to put it into the empty net. What else did you expect from the Spanish goalie? It's Ronaldo who rises highest from the corner though, and we show maybe why it's best not to put a 5'5" winger on the goal line. It's not Ritsu's fault. We regained the lead just after half time though. Ward-Prowse is loving this more advanced role, taking the ball off Adams again to slot it past David De Gea in the United net. The lead only lasted 5 minutes though, United recycling the ball and getting it back into the area. Ronaldo's got plenty of space here, I don't know what Jaissle's doing, and he slams it into the back of the net. For this one I don't even know where the defence went to. Plenty of space for Bruno Fernandes in the area, picks his spot, and he puts it away.
5 minutes left.
I think we're going to be a lot of fun to watch this season. With James Ward-Prowse again equalising for us, he picks the ball up just outside the area, slots it coolly past De Gea. Up against Chelsea next, and this is vintage Reece James. He cuts inside, little neat 1-2, and he puts it past Hasenhuttl with ease. We're 1-0 down. Down the line though, Perraud puts it over the top to Gineppo. The easiest goal we'll score. He cuts in, pulls it back. Armstrong's got his first goal of the season. 5 minutes later and momentum is with us. Che Adams bullies Malang Sarr, carries the ball into the area and puts it past Mendy clinically. Into the second half though, we let the lead slip. Kovacic picks out a great ball as Armando Broja with a fantastic finish, flicked over his shoulder. That one's going to sting for the Saints fans. 20 minutes to go then, we retake the lead. Che Adams playing leapfrog over the ball. Doan drives into the area, picks out Adam Armstrong. 2 easy finishes for him today. And then a couple of minutes later, we're on the break. Gineppo driving at the Chelsea defence. He's joined by Che Adams, picks up the ball. Malang Sarr can't deal with him today, and he slots it away. He's having a great start to the season, Che Adams. Halfway through the season, it's not great. We sit in 14th place, only 5 wins, but you can see where the problems lie. We've scored 30 goals, that's the most in the bottom half of the table, but we've also conceded 34. That's the worst record in the league. With that in mind, we're upgrading between the sticks. Shaqiri joining for 30 million. Here we go then, major negotiations these. This could be a player we have round for the rest of the rebuild. We're offering him a crucial role, £40,000 a week, £100,000 signing bonus. He's absolutely snapped our hand off. We probably could have got him on a little bit less, but As I said, hopefully he'll turn out to be a major player for us. First game, he goes straight into the starting lineup against Newcastle. And he keeps a clean sheet. The deciding goal coming, James Ward-Prowse playing it into Che Adams. And there we go, the finish. You knew it was coming. He's been absolutely lethal this season. Shaqir's arrival means that first team opportunities are going to be limited for Gavin Bazanu. So we're going to send him out on loan to Ajax, which does mean Champions League football, which he wasn't going to get with us. Next highlights are Manchester United away at Old Trafford. Big challenge for us, we should have beaten them at home. And this is what Shaqir's been brought in to help with. You can see there we are actually the worst defensive team in the league, 48 conceded. 18 minutes in though and we get the perfect start. Ward-Prowse waiting, picking out Che Adams, and he just smashed it past David De Gea. That's his signature finish this season, not really any finesse about it. 24 minutes in though, Ward-Prowse picks up the ball again, picks out Che Adams again who drives into the area. Maguire's got nothing near him, and again just smash it past De Gea. There's so much space here for us to run into. He'll be hunting his hat-trick now. 29 minutes gone now and it's a carbon copy for Che Adams for his hat-trick. Breaks into the area, runs onto a through ball and dispatched it into the left top hand corner. Off to the corner flag. Not long gone in the second half though and we do drop off. Ronaldo picking out Tellez at the back post. That's a great finish from the left back. No denying us this time round though. Edozie returns the ball to Gineppo who finds Doan. Top left corner finish. He has the last laugh and he runs off to celebrate with the away fans. At home to Brentford in the FA Cup, Joe Aribo shows what he's capable of. Carrying the ball the whole length of the pitch. Across the halfway line, that man behind him just can't catch up. He still has the energy to carry it into the box and dispatch it into the far corner. Then he goes round the goal net and runs away from half of his own players. Joe's got an engine. I've saved the best goal for last in these highlights. Gineppo getting away from Chilwell down the right wing. He drives forward, pulls in a great ball into the area, and there's Che Adams showing he can do something a little bit different. Bicycle kick, top corner, but he doesn't know what to do with himself afterwards, running around in circles. In the end, James Ward-Prowse just jumps on his back, says, "Chill out, mate." There you go, as you can see, we've done exactly what the board asked of us this season. 38 games, finished 10th in the league. You can see there though, in the second half of the season, we only conceded 29 goals, much better than the 40 in the first half of the season, although only Bournemouth and Brighton conceded more than us. That being said, only the top 4 scored more than us. Stats for season 1, Che Adams ended up with 25 goals for the season. Not a bad outing from him. He's gone up a +3 in his overall as well, and 7 assists, most of which would have been to James Ward-Prowse, I reckon. He himself got 19 assists in all competitions, most of them to Che Adams I would say, 16 goals in all competitions, and Ritsu Doan, not a bad first season for Southampton, 12 goals, 11 assists, those 3 were our standout players. Here we go then into season 2, and not much money to work with, only 62 million given to us by the board. Objectives for this season, again the board want us to focus on youth development, that's a high priority, no critical priorities for us, so pretty handy that. I think we might actually ignore the youth development one and go and see what we can get on the free agents market signing wise. First signing of the new season then, and it's a proper veteran. Angel Di Maria joining us as a free agent. His wife was famously unhappy during his time in Manchester, so I'm not sure how he sold her on the Costa del Sol. I assume it was during a trip to the beautiful Gunwolf Keys in neighbouring Pompey. £60,000 a week in what might be a last payday for the journeyman. Next up for tea and cakes is Andreas Christensen, another free agent signing. This one's an absolute bargain, £70,000 a week he takes, but he could be an absolutely key player for us as we push for the Champions League football this season. And I feel he's got something to prove as well. In addition to those 2 bargains, we've signed up Oliver Skipp and Noah Lang. 2 players who are probably the absolute opposite of each other. Noah Lang got a bit of something about him, while Oliver Skipp makes Harry Kane look interesting. Some good business for us though, we're strengthening key areas those youth players like Adozie and Lavia will still make appearances from the bench. We have let Adam Armstrong go off to Spurs though, couldn't really say no to 20 million for him. Gineppo leaving the club as well, for Valencia. This will be our strongest 11 then. The back four looks very solid. Ward-Prowse has moved back in that midfield three, a change of formation to 4-5-1. We're looking for more creativity, with Lang, Di Maria and Doan coming in behind Adams. First game of the season though, and it was in the Carabao Cup. A rare derby between Southampton and Portsmouth had to show the highlights. Di Maria gets his first assist for the club, Mara breaking through and just about over the line for him on the stroke of half-time. We needed that. We couldn't possibly lose to this lot. Di Maria does get his first goal in this game as well, breaking into the area. Solid finish, bottom corner, off to the away fans, and a pile-on with his new teammates. What a way to introduce yourself to the Red and White Army. Here we go then, match day 1 of the second season. We find ourselves away at the Emirates to Arsenal. High expectations for the season in the fan base, and we show why after just 12 minutes. Doan breaking free down the right wing, puts a good ball into the area and picks out Che Adams. Composed finish into the bottom corner. It's up and running in the new season already. He's after that golden boot. It doesn't take too long though for our old defensive issues to rear their head again. Nobody shuts down Partey, and to be honest I didn't know he had this in the locker. Picks it out, top corner. Could the goalkeeper have done better? With 28 minutes gone, the new boys show a bit of quality. Skip finds Doan, who feeds Noah Lang, and he hits it first time, fizzes it into the bottom corner. Great confidence from the new signing. I said he had a bit about him and he's shown it already. Midway through the second half and we see the game off. Ball in from Livramento, Che Adams gets above his marker, rises highest and plants one past Aaron Ramsdale. After that performance, we had high expectations going into this game against Norwich, expecting to put a few goals past them, but we made hard work of it. 12 minutes in, Tim Krul sees Che Adams flash a goal past him into the top corner, but after that we made our own trouble. They equalised 8 minutes later straight from a corner. I'm not sure what the defenders are doing there, 2 of them there. 40 minutes into the game, Che Adams bursts in, finds Doan, who pulls it across to Angel Di Maria, good composure, picks out James Ward-Prowse, and it's a fine finish. And in the second half we see it off. Aribo finds Che Adams' run, and again he puts it past Tim Krul. That's 3 goals for the season already. Could it be another golden boot for the Scotsman? The Saints are marching on. Into this game against Aston Villa, Di Maria finds James Ward-Prowse for a first time finish past Martinez for 1-0. And then just before half time, a clearance from our corner finds Ritsu Doan. And have a look at that. Top corner. Be silly not to have a go from there. Let's have a look at another angle. Martinez had no idea that was coming. He ended up flapping in thin air. Yep, and expectations were high, but they weren't that high. Second in the table, just behind Man City, level on points. Only thing splitting us is the goal difference. We've definitely sorted out any defensive issues. 24 goals conceded at this point in the season, 16 less than last year. Can we challenge for the title in just our second season at St Mary's? Into January, and we're going to invest in some promising young attacking reinforcements. Moukoko making the move from Dortmund for 8.1 million. That's 2 million underneath his release clause, so a great deal for us. We've also signed Kaiki from Manchester City for 6 million, a promising young right winger. Since the arrival of Andreas Christensen in the summer, Duya Chaleta-Char has found his opportunities in the first team a little bit wanting, so we've accepted a £34 million deal from Barcelona for the centre-back. It's a great deal on a player who's hardly played in the first half of the season. Despite being so near the top of the table, the second half of the season was all about our run in the FA Cup, galvanised by this performance at a snowy Turf Moor. And you signing Keiki was involved in one of the goals, leaving the defender on his arse there before pulling it into the box for an easy tap-in from Mara. 6-1 it ended. A first trip to Wembley to face Newcastle in the semi-final, and we only needed the one goal. A trademark goal from Che Adams, running off the shoulder of the last defender to fire past Nick Pope and send us through to Wembley. We'll be back at the Arches at the end of the season, a chance for silverware in Season 2. Next up, a trip to the Etihad to face Man City. We were level with them on points at Christmas, but they have pulled away from us just a little bit, so this was a chance to close that gap for us. And it took us just over half an hour. Ward-Prowse cutting inside, finding Di Maria, who fires across the goalkeeper and into that far corner. 5 minutes later and we grabbed a second. Noah Lang finding the runner Perraud, steaming down that left side. He cuts into the box and hits it across Ederson again into the top corner. With half an hour left, they do finally bring on Erling Haaland for Nkunku. He makes the difference straight away, shrugging off the attention of the defender and placing it into that bottom corner. 2-1, we did manage to hold out, but he certainly made it a lot closer. On to the next one though, Aston Villa, Kaiki nearly getting his first goal for the club, trying to bend it into the far corner past Martinez, but Christensen rises highest from the corner to power a bullet header past the keeper for 1-0. It's a deserved goal for the Dane. He's been imperious at the back for us this season. Into the second half and we did let them back into it, becoming a bit of a bad habit of ours. We're struggling to keep up the intensity for the full 90 minutes. Buendia with the pile driver from the edge of the area. But we did get the winner with just under 60 minutes gone. Che Adams finding the runner Ritsu Doan to put it into the top corner. He seems to absolutely love playing against Villa. And that was it in the Premier League this season. As you can see, we dropped one place to third, Liverpool overtaking us, which allowed City to open up a big gap and win the title quite comfortably. There's far too many draws in the second half of this season. We do have one game left though. Can we get that man there some silverware? James Ward-Prowse leading us out in the FA Cup final. And it is Man City that we will be facing. Can we continue our good form from the league against them and get another win? It's a big day for the Saints, a chance at a first FA Cup since 1975 and their first final since 2002. So this is how we line up. Shaqiri in goal, Livramento at right back, Christensen and Salisu in the middle of the defence, Perraud at left back, Skip and Ward-Prowse holding the midfield, Lang and Doan out on the wings, Di Maria supporting Adams. And Man City again leave Erling Haaland on the bench. Christopher Nkunku preferred to the Norwegian in sort of a holding false 9 position, which might explain why he is not getting the minutes he deserves. Here we go then. Straight from the off though, and we're up against it. Nkunku forcing a good save from Shaqiri. And it wasn't long before City did take the lead, with Foden playing a good 1-2 with Nkunku before putting it past Shaqiri into the top left corner. But it went from bad to worse. With 40 minutes gone, it was 2-0. Silva finding the run of De Bruyne, who doubled City's lead. It's not the start we were after, but we somehow find time before the break to half the deficit. A well-worked free kick routine, opening up plenty of space for Noah Lang on the right-hand side. He whips in the ball, and no one picks up Che Adams' run. He gets a bit of luck and nods it past Ederson. Into the second half then, and we were looking for a way to equalise. But again, it was City who were dominant. Their experience in these big games really making the difference. Nkunku forcing Shaqiri into another good save, the Turkish goalie really keeping us in it. Both sides make a change, Keiki coming on, and Pep introduces Haaland to try and kill the game off. From a series of corners, City fashion an opportunity. De Bruyne just about delivers the ball into the area. Rodri getting a volley away, but only into Shaqiri's arms. From there we were on the break, and that's how we like to play our football. Livramento with a great driven through ball up to Keiki, who feeds the ball into Che Adams. A little touch away from the defender, and Che was never going to miss. 2-2. And you could not write it. This would go down as one of the great FA Cup stories. Then we seem to have the wind in our sails, winning a corner just before the end. Ward-Prowse swinging the ball in, and Rodri clearing Lang's header off of the line. It wasn't to be though, and we're headed for extra time. The Saints fans though are applauding this second half effort. Stalemate in extra time, but Keiki was causing trouble, getting the better of Spinazzola, who was already on a yellow card, and now we've got a numerical advantage. And we thought we'd made that advantage pay, with Che Adams playing a great reverse through ball into Keiki, who puts it past Ederson, only to find himself offside. And that would have been so sweet for the former City man. And it was looking like penalties until Haaland had his say. Into added time, and Jack Grealish was causing trouble. They're making neat triangles here, and we look all at sea. Some neat play on the edge of the area. We're trying to stand them up, but Perraud dives in. Pellegrini with the simple layoff, and Haaland does the rest. Haaland puts it away with what could be the last kick of the game. And then he's off like a steam train on a direct track into Pep's arms, right in front of Matthias Jaissle. He looks absolutely massive. And that was it, the last kick of the game. We've come so close, but we've fallen short just at the last hurdle. We never looked quite ready in that first half as they caught us out to go 2-0 up, and they deserve to win the FA Cup on the day, but we'll be back. Pellegrini takes the congratulations of his teammates as City win yet another FA Cup. Hopefully next season that'll be Prowsey lifting the famous old trophy. Okay, well, let's recap stats for Season 2. Che Adams scoring 22 goals in all competitions. James Ward-Prowse coming in with 20 goals, a great return for him. Di Maria with 13 goals and 11 assists, a good return in his first season. As with Noah Lang, 12 goals from that left wing. Ritsu Doan's 9 assists, often coming when he was switched to attacking midfield to allow Di Maria a bit of a breather. And I think that creativity is somewhere we will need to strengthen again, Di Maria being more of a stopgap this season. But that's it for this episode. Part 2 will be dropping this time next week, and then we'll be moving on to FIFA 23. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please like, subscribe and hit the notification button as well. Plenty of exciting stuff coming up, lots of ideas percolating, but until next time though, over and out.